We're about to get started here with what you need to know about your WordPress real estate website. Basically, what I'm going to show you today is what you can do with it. Okay, so we're gonna take you on a drive on the back end of WordPress a little bit, and I'm actually going to show some plugins and some tools, and I'm going to show you something cool with rich snippets, and give you guys a little bit of insight on really what the power of WordPress is and what it can do for you guys. For some of you, this might be a little basic, but here's the way I always encourage people. You know, listen to the other things that I'm saying besides the how-to. I believe when I teach that there's a whole lot of experience that comes up with, you know, I share success and failures. And so you might hear something that's either a reminder or that you hadn't thought of yet, or maybe there will be something new you haven't gotten into. That's usually how I recommend we dive in. Now, what I want to tell you right out of the gate is, you know, a lot of my followers, I hate that word, a lot of my colleagues are Keller Williams agents, and a lot of you now have gone to Playster websites, which is fine, but you're not going to be able to do a lot of the things that I talk about today. So because even though Playster is powered by WordPress, it's a locked up version, and it doesn't allow you to do a lot of the things that I'm going to show you with the codes in the back end. So that might be a little frustrating for some of you that are going, oh yeah, I have a WordPress site, and then find out, oh no, I can't use that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. WordPress to me is not, of course it's me, this is what I do all day long, right? It's not super complicated. There is a little bit of a learning curve, a few things that you have to learn when building it, but the best advice I have to give you if you don't already have a WordPress website is have one built for you, and then start like following my trainings and some of the other trainers out there on what you can do with it. In full disclosure, I do own a marketing company in addition to a real estate company, okay? So my brand has always been in the top 1% of all Nevada real estate agents, which I'm very proud of because it's completely web-driven. All web leads, all internet marketing and networking and whatnot online through search and social. And so I've always done a pretty big business here. And I opened a marketing company because I had so many real estate agents that I was teaching, and then I realized, you know what, real estate agents belong out there in the field more than they belong behind their computer. So if I can have a company that does a lot of this for them, that'll relieve some of that, and then we can train their admins, right, on how to do some of it. So we do all that good stuff. So if you do need a real estate website and you want one of these WordPresses that I'm about to dive into, just contact my company. Ballen Brands is the name of my company right now. We're actually running a special on our Brew Ballen real estate websites. For $19.97 in February, you get your Ballen real estate website with the third-party integration services that we take care of for you. Oh, you guys lost my screen? Darn. Let's see here. Hold on. Hang on. That's not it. No, come on, no technology issues today. Not permitted. There's my box. Hold on. Let's see. Where'd she go? Okay, are we back? I've got screen sharing, and I have show my screen. Okay, so you can get a Ballen real estate website for $19.97 this month, and it includes the full Ballen method training system where I teach you what to do with it, and it includes all of our weekly Tech Tuesday calls for the entire year. Biggest special so far on these, and we're actually raising the prices of the Brew site soon because we got some wicked technology stuff that we're doing. So get your Brew site. All right, you ready? We're going to log in back here. Let me show you a couple of things that you may or may not know. Something your WordPress website can do. All right, house values. I'm going to click on my menu up here on my WordPress website, and we're going to head on over to my house values page. Now, I just picked up a check, and it was one of my bigger checks, I'm very excited to say, from a lead that came in off of my real estate blog, off of a blog post I wrote. The blog post was called What Are Closing Costs When Selling My Home in Las Vegas? So the potential seller Googled how much it was going to cost him to sell a home. They found my blog post. It was all about closing costs when selling a home. And they, on that page, I offered a home valuation offer. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a really cool button and how easy this is in a minute. They went to this page here, and I'm going to show you how to put this tool on here. And they filled out the home. Okay, now somebody says we have no audio. Can you guys hear me? Or is that one person? Okay, everybody else can hear me. Sorry about the interruption there. Sorry, John, that seems to be on your end. I don't know if you can hear me now. So they filled out this home valuation offer. I got the lead. My Autopilot ISA incredible digital response system that we built, Jeff and I built, texted them and said, "Are you interested in selling a house?" They responded with yes. We got the listing. It sold super fast, and we got paid. And all of this because I wrote a simple blog. Well, not a simple blog, let's be real. It was a good one. And put in the right tools and whatnot on my WordPress site and got it ranking on the search engines, okay? So the first thing you want to make sure you have is a home valuation tool on your WordPress website, guys, because whether you like it or not, and you don't like those instant home evaluations, they're not going away. They're not going anywhere right now. Zillow has them. Everybody wants them. So your choice is either just to continue to fight it or join the game and get one. And that's what I have here. And then what happens is my email drip software goes out to them and says, hey, here's why your home valuation may not be right. And it talks about that this is an instant estimate powered by the Zestimate and why it's probably not worth the paper it's written on, and that they should have us come out and talk to them. And that's what they always do. I have no problems with this whatsoever, okay? So really quick, this tool is provided by Listings to Leads. And Sabrina, if you'll throw my link out there for everybody, listingstoleads.com/Ballen. If you don't already have this tool, it's incredible what you can do with this and your WordPress website, blogs, templates, listing marketing, single property pages. You can put them all on your website. I don't see very many people actually doing this. So all I have to do is I'm going to go down here to my landing page, property valuation +1. I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to edit my landing page. And once it pops up here, it's usually much faster. I don't know. Today's a weird like tech like there's a tech shadow going on over here for some reason. I'm not sure what it is today. All right. Well, when that pops up, it's very strange. There's just a little embed code that we put on our website that's actually super easy to put on that page, and I'll just go ahead and show it to you. Let's do it this way. I'm going to edit here, and we'll pull up mine, and let's look at the code. And if you see this right here, see this little iframe? That is what puts that tool on your page. And all you have to do, there you go, on the Listings to Leads, just go down and you're just going to embed the code. So you set your page up, you pick it, you click embed code, and it gives you this little iframe. It's really simple, and you can have that home valuation page on your website. So I highly recommend that you guys all do this. Great question coming in. Guys, your WordPress has to be a hosted, paid WordPress to show in the eyes of the search engines. So I don't go through WordPress.org or any of that to set mine up. I go directly to a host. Now, we prefer Flywheel. That is the hosting service that we're using. Sabrina can send you out a link for Flywheel, or you can contact my company for more information, because we actually do help set it up, and we have a maintenance program for your WordPress as well. But Flywheel is what we've moved over to because we were finding the GoDaddy sites were too slow. You know, it just seemed like they were putting a lot of sites on the same server, and so we were having a problem getting our pages up to speed, and so we switched over to Flywheel. So you might check that out. All right, so I want to show you some more really cool things because we only have 30 minutes, okay? Watch this. We're going to go to New Post. And this is something new I'm using, and it's not slowing down my website. So I do want to let you guys know something. Every plugin, this is a plugin. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to open this in a new window. Plugins are extensions that make your WordPress website do something it doesn't already do. They're so super cool. And the more of these you put on, though, the slower your website could be, and you want it to load in 3 seconds or less. Every page on your website should load in 3 seconds or less. And these plugins sometimes can slow that down. And if you put, let's just say you put an IDX plugin on here because you want to show real estate listings, right? And you put a tracking code analytic on here, and you put rich snippet schema on here, which I'm going to show you in a second. And those three, each one of them adds, a 1/10 of a second, or 20, whatever. Between the combination, all of a sudden you've got an extra second on your website, and it's pushing it over. We battle with that all the time, and so you got to watch that, okay? I don't know, Erica. Erica asked if Lead Pages has a similar interface. Lead Pages actually, I do love Lead Pages. What I don't care for is that they use a plugin. It's a Lead Pages plugin, and it slows down the website. So I don't know. I have not paid close attention to whether or not they have the embed code. But with the plugin, I'm not so crazy happy with it because it adds a couple seconds load time. In my experience, so we actually deactivated those just because it was slowing down our website. To me, speed's the most important thing. If you got a plugin that's putting you over the 3 seconds, get rid of it and find another way to do it, because they're just not worth having on there. All right, so let me show you this. So we're going to go to New Post. I think I'm already there. All right, here we go. So New Post. I want to show you a couple of things that I'm doing a lot with right now, okay? Ultimate Shortcodes. So the plugin is called Ultimate Shortcodes. No, it's not, because it's not there. What's it called, Sabrina? Hold on. What's it called? I thought it was called Ultimate Shortcodes, and now it doesn't even have its name on it. Sabrina's going to throw it in there. Oh, Shortcode Ultimate. I'm looking for it alphabetical. I'm like, it's not Ultimate. Okay, Shortcode Ultimate. Okay, watch what this does, okay? So you can do all your typing, and what happens is your content gets boring, and big chunky text doesn't perform well on mobile, yet in order to rank on the search engines, you want to be providing this incredible quality long-form content, so you might have a couple thousand words on the page, but if they're not broken up correctly, people don't want to stay on your page, right? So there's lots of things you can use. Right here, one of the things you could do with Ultimate Shortcode is you can put a divider. Now watch this. I'm just going to click divider, and it'll give me some options, and then I'm going to insert the shortcode, okay? So now I'm going to preview this. Pretend your blog is here. We're going to preview this. Now look what it does. It puts this divider on here, and what I love about this divider is it has a go to the top option. So what you do is between each chunky paragraph, you can put this divider in there, and they can scroll back up to the top, increasing the clicks on the page, increasing the actions on the page, and providing for a more quality user experience, okay? Here's another thing you can do. Excuse me. Insert shortcode. We're going to do a button. Now, anybody training with my team, if you're coaching with me or you're training under Sabrina, you've heard us talk about calls to action nonstop and items of value and offers and getting people to register. And we are always talking about buttons, and everybody's like, well, where do I get the buttons? How do I make the buttons? There's all kinds of ways to do the buttons, but this is like stupid simple. So what we do here is we put in the link, so when the person clicks the button, this is where we want them to go. Do we want it to open in a same tab or a new tab? Okay? Then you can play with a bunch of different styles of the button so that they don't all look the same. Then you can play with the colors and make them different colors. You can make the button big. You can make the button smaller, okay? And then down here, I put home value, so they're going to get your 15-second home value. Let's insert the short code. Let's preview and see what our button looks like. Now you guys are watching me. I'm doing this in seconds, okay? Now mine's running into my little social triggers there only because there's no content. That wouldn't look like that if there was content there. So you can change the button, you can change the size of the button, you can change the color of the button, you can make it a rounded button, you can make it a square button, a blue button, a yellow button, a red button, okay? So this is Short Code Ultimate, okay? All kinds of stuff in here. Another thing that I love is the note. Note and box are a couple more that I love. So let me go to the note. Let me go to the, I'll just do the box first. So here's the box. So your box could be a tooltip. It can be a item. It can be a FYI. It could be a call to action. It could be whatever you want it to be. So let's go ahead and insert short code so I can show you what the box looks like. We're going to hit preview. And now you've got this box. See how that breaks that up? And you can make a yellow note, you can do a little hover, there's all kinds of stuff with this. And guys, I think this is really important, and I'm pointing this out for a reason, because people get bored on the pages, and if your bounce rates aren't good, I mean, if people are landing on your page and they're bouncing off, you're going to have some challenges, okay? Now, let me show you something right now that's happening that's huge, and you guys are some of the first to hear me talk about this. I trained my team on this the other day, and I trained my coach, one of my coaching clients, for the first time on this the other day. And me and Jim here, Jim's on the call today, have been masterminding about this nonstop. And here's what's happening. You go to the search engine. Now, you guys all who follow me know that I'm obsessed with search engine optimization, right? Most of my business comes from organic search engine rankings. I rank on the top of the search engines for long tail keyword phrases, and I generate a lot of business for that. Well, there's something new happening with the snippets on the search engine. So let me show you an example. Let me just do San Diego homes for sale. Let's just say somebody's typing in a regular search query, okay? Up here you have add, and then you have your search engine results, okay? Here, this is a snippet. So it's a title, a URL, and 2 lines of text. That's a snippet, okay? You control this snippet with your meta tags, okay? So if you have Yoast, I'll show you where this is really quick. Yoast is a free plugin. I have SEO, I have Yoast SEO Premium, but Yoast is a free plugin. And right here, you can change the title of your blog post. So your title of your blog post, your title tag, could actually be different than what the title is up here that shows in your directory. So you could make it a little more search engine friendly. Then you have your slug. So this is going to be the name of the page, like closing costs. It's going to be valenvegas.com/closing costs. So after the slash is that slug, and I'm going to make sure that my keywords are in there. Then you have your meta description, and you type your 2 lines of content here. You stay in the green. If it goes to red, you either don't have enough words or you've gone too far. And then you're able to actually preview this snippet, what it looks like on a mobile device and what it looks like on a desktop device, and that's what shows up right here, okay? Now, let me show you where rich snippets come in. If you scroll up, take a look at this. Look what Redfin has. All of their open houses are listed. So what they're doing is they're using something that's the language comes from schema.org, and this is structured data. So what they're doing is they're marking up their website in a way that creates this structured data that tells Google, hey, I got something better than everybody else. I got something you want to come look at. So here's an example of one of mine that I just got on here. Las Vegas Master Plan Communities. All right, look at this, you guys. So I would have been number 2 for this keyword phrase. But because I marked up my website, which I'm going to show you in a second, and because my page was so high quality, and because I had a table on there, which I'll show you what it looks like on my page. I have a table, which I'm doing through WordPress, through a WordPress plugin. Google loves these tables. It took this right here. This is the table I'm referring to that I built, and Google now put it up here, so now I rank number 1. So my click-through rate's already increasing. When your click-through rate increases, your search engine results, your search engine rankings climb up. And Zillow's not here. Do you guys see this? This isn't Zillow. This isn't Redfin. This isn't Realtor.com. This is little old me in Las Vegas. And I believe that us early adopters, we can really, really take advantage of these rich snippets up here, okay? So here's what you got to do. First thing you want to do is put in a plugin, okay? So you're going to go to Add New, and you're going to install the all-in-one schema. Right here. See that? Okay? You're going to install that. Don't get a paid one until you know what you're doing and you know you're going to use this enough to get a paid one. I will probably go to paid only because it does extra fancy schmancy stuff, and I love extra schmancy stuff. I love bells and whistles. So I will probably go to a paid one, but I wanted to start with the free one to show you guys all the stuff that it can do and the power that it has before you have to spend any money, okay? So let's say we're writing our blog again, and our goal is to have this show up on the search engines. Okay, here's our blog. Right here, we've got our title, How to Sell a Home in Las Vegas Fast, or Closing Costs When Selling a Home. Once you activate that plugin, this little box is going to show up right here. Okay? Select what this post is about. You're going to drop this down, and you're going to click on Article. Okay? You might have the option for a blog. So it's going to be a blog markup. It's going to be an article markup. You're going to upload an image, article name, short description, author, that's you, by the way, your organization. So I could be Lori Ballen with the Ballen Group, or Lori Ballen with Keller Williams Realty if I want to call that organization. And then I'm going to upload a logo here. That calls Google over and says, hey, I've got something on my page that I believe you're going to find valuable that could be a rich snippet. But guys, let me tell you the formula for this. Take a look again at this page. Okay, let's look at this. This is a blog post. There's the title. There's the description. Image. The image is optimized for the search engines. Then I have my table that we manually built. Every one of these is a functioning neighborhood if they click on it. I built that. Now there's this little carousel, this little column of homes. And by the way, if you love this, this is IDX Broker, and our websites are all powered by IDX Broker, which I talk about on other webinars and on my YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com/Lori Ballen, I've got tons of training videos on IDX Broker, okay? So you can insert these 3 columns, big boxes, little boxes, slideshows, all kind of stuff there. Then I have a whole nother section of quality content, you guys. If you read this, I'm telling a story. I'm talking about the neighborhoods, okay? Then I have another pricing table for that particular little neighborhood they can click through. And then I have another set of homes. Sorry, my throat was a little bit dry there. And then, so you see this? Do you see, are you seeing what I'm trying to point out? Content, 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 quality, 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 okay? That is why I got the snippet on this page. You can't just whip out a page, write 500 words, and think you're going to get a rich snippet on the search engines. You got to remember, Google is saying, hey, I want to show the person who types in this search query. Let's see if this one pops up. It kind of comes and goes. Cheap houses for sale in Las Vegas. Oh, it comes and goes. I get it with cheapest houses. Okay, there's my rich snippet. Okay, so here's another one of mine. And so Google's saying out of all the pages that we have indexed for the term cheap houses, which, by the way, if you haven't built this page on your website yet, go do it. Stupid easy. Here's what you do. I'm going to show you this right now. Go over to your IDX. I'm going to go to Designs, Widgets, Create. I'm going to create a new page on my website. By the way, here's how I do it. Posts are for blogs or for time-sensitive things. Pages are cornerstone content. Pages are going to live forever. Pages are my about page, my sell page, my neighborhood page, my home value page. They live forever. They have dynamically automated, they have dynamic content creating through the IDX widgets. Posts are going to be non-evergreen, time-sensitive, you know, blogs of the moment, market reports, things like that, okay? So right here, I'm going to create cheapest houses in Las Vegas. I'm going to go to my IDX widget. And I'm doing this fast on purpose because I want you to see how fast this is. It does not take me long to do any of this. And I'm going to go to single family. It does take a while to write the content. I'm not going to lie. If you don't want to write content, call my team, my marketing company. I have writers that'll do it for you. And so then we're going to say cheap houses. All right, well, what's cheap in Vegas? Anything under 100,000. Okay, anything under 100,000. And I'm going to say show only homes that have a picture. Now let's take a peek at how many homes show up that are cheap in Las Vegas. And by the way, there's a lot. There's a lot. All right. Oh, wow. That has dropped like crazy. I only see 28. That's a good sign for my market. Let me just tell you. All right, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to call this widget cheapest houses in Las Vegas. I'm going to sort it by lowest to highest because these are cheap, so I want the cheapest ones to show first. 3 column. Now watch. I click build widget. It gives me a JavaScript. I go over to my page, click text, and paste it in. Now here's what it looks like. Let's click preview. Let's pretend we did our markup on it and we've got our Yoast in there. That's it. I just created a page. That is all it takes for me to rank on the search engines for a term like cheapest houses in Las Vegas. I know that because I'm ranking and that's all that's on the page, right? But then I have that little pricing table I added, and because I added that little pricing table over here, let's look at it. Where'd it go? There, here it is. So let's look at the actual page. So the extra that I did that nobody else in my market did for the term cheap houses for sale in Las Vegas is I put this little table up here. Homes under 50, homes under 60, homes under 70. Okay, here's how it's done. For those of you asking, you may not have seen this. So you go over to your plugins and you install the plugin called Table Press. Table Press. I'm going to go to add a new table. We'll go ahead and leave this page. And I title the table cheap houses in Las Vegas. And if I want to, I can put in a little description there, a call to action, my phone number, anything I want to show up there. I decide how many rows and how many columns I want it to have, and I click add table. Then all I have to do is put in what price ranges I want, under 50, under 60, under 70. Then I'm going to insert link, hover over it, and then I'm just going to put a link here to whatever page I have on my website that has homes for sale under 50,000. And if I don't have a page, I can just use a simple IDX link, build one out, and send them there. Okay? I know this is a lot of information, and I'm moving fast, and you guys can. I do have a complete training system called the Ballen Method, which you can look at theballenmethod.com. You can also head over to my YouTube channel. This schema stuff, this rich snippet stuff is some pretty advanced stuff, but it's not hard at all. It's not hard. It's funny because Jim and I were just going rounds and rounds and rounds on Facebook about this, and I just squealed like a I don't know, a monkey. Does a monkey squeal? I squealed like a monkey. I was so excited when I saw my first snippet show up, and then all of a sudden there was another one and another one and another one, and me and Jim were going back and forth. Why is this showing up? Why is this showing up? And I believe that a big part of this just has to do with creating quality first. And if you know anything about me and my trainings, that's what I teach through value, through contribution, through quality, never through spammy tactics to beat the search engines. It's always through quality. And guys, you can do all of this on a WordPress. Also, before we go, I want you to look at the Clicky. Look at Clicky. You can put Clicky on your WordPress website super easy, and it will track how many visitors you have, how many actions, how much time they spent on your website. It'll show you your top, who's sending you traffic, your top sources. It'll show you keywords people are using to find your website. It'll show you what pages on your website are the highest trafficked. And when you know that which pages are getting the most traffic, you know where to go mark up your rich snippets, right? Yeah, Jim says, show you guys my snakes. Yeah, I'm also ranking with a rich snippet, something to do with Las Vegas snakes. I can't remember which keyword it is because it's not always there. Remember that the rich snippet shows up with a particular query. So with a particular search on the search engines is when that rich snippet shows up. So All right. Well, it is 11:30. I always start on time and end on time, so I want to thank you guys so much for being here. And if you want more help with this and you want us to slow this down, you can hire my company to train you to do this for you, to build your websites. You can head on over to my blog site at loriballen.com and just be immersed in this in a much slower pace if you need to follow the step by step on what it is that that you need to do. And if you have questions, I see a lot of you have questions in here. Reach out to Sabrina at ballenbrands.com and she will help you. For those of you that have the Ballen method, I promise you I am adding a course on the rich snippets and on schema. I just did all this myself last week. I just learned it, just implemented it, just proved it. Now I'm ready to create you a course for it. So you guys are going to get that, okay? So Sabrina can send you guys out a copy of this webinar. I'm also going to post it on the YouTube channel. So head on over to youtube.com/Lori Ballen and click the subscribe button, and then you'll be alerted every time I add a new training video on there. And I've done lots of that. So hopefully I will see you guys at the Keller Williams family reunion this week. Sabrina and I are headed over to the Mandalay Bay on Sunday, and we will be staying there for the entire week. So if you're in town, look us up, come say hi. Jeff will be there in the afternoons and can talk to you about Infusionsoft or getting you a brew website, answer your questions or challenges that you might be having on a personal level to meet you guys, okay? So thank you so much. I might do a series on these. I'm going to think about this, break down the WordPress into tiny little chunks for all you guys to train you a little bit slower over a period of time. So talk to y'all later. Thank you so much.